You guys all know that the Flying Kick is a channel specialized in beat'em ups, but from time to time a 1v1 fighting game lands on my lap and a few of them, I think, are worth a review here on the channel. But there's a catch, I'm not good at this type of games. I can beat any beat'em up without too much hassle, but when it comes to fighting games, yeah, I'm not good. And that's why I team up with my good friend Scottie J from Belt Action Central to help me out with this. From now on, every fighting game that arrives to me for review, I will be summoning my good friend to take care of this for me. Take it away, Scottie.
This is Scottie from Belt Action Central, here to bring you my review of the Breakers collection for the Nintendo Switch. A review code of this game was supplied by the publisher, but all thoughts and opinions of this title are mine and mine alone. Released in 1996, Breakers was an arcade-exclusive 1v1 fighting game developed by Visco Corporation. In the midst of the current arcade climate at the time, the game saw moderate success, but was ultimately pushed aside by its more popular competition. However, ranking in as the 13th most successful arcade title of the month of its release didn't seem to push the developers enough to make a semi-sequel follow-up, Breakers Revenge. As a game, Breakers featured an incredibly approachable combat system with a roster of 9 incredibly diverse characters. While much of their move lists borrow heavily from the tropes at the time, you'll quickly be able to note several distinct ways the developers altered expectations to build something they could call their own without being worried about being written off as a Street Fighter II clone. Sho would use his lunging kick maneuver to cross over his opponent. Lee focused more heavily on charge motions as opposed to the standard inputs reminiscent of his archetype contemporaries, and Rilo was a fusion of multiple different styles of a character in a single fighter, just to name a few. The result of this was a game that would be instantly familiar to players at the time, but with enough nuance and differences to set itself apart in a very positive way. Following the first title would be the game's only direct successor, Breakers Revenge, in 1998. While Revenge did stand mostly in line with the original title in terms of gameplay and roster, there was rebalancing as well as the addition of a 10th character, Saizo. The title could easily be seen as the definitive way to experience this cult classic game, as it simply built on top of what Breakers had laid before it without sacrificing any of the additional or addicting gameplay players had come to know and love. All of that brings us to what we'll be reviewing today, the Breakers Collection, brought to you by Qubyte Interactive. At first glance, Breakers Collection seems to be a simple port of 2 classic titles to modern hardware, but I can assure you that the developers went above and beyond to deliver us the definitive ways to experience these games in modern times. From the jump, players will be able to dig into menus and find several new features the collection offers, such as an extensive art gallery that not only offers production art, but also contains several fan pieces as well for you to enjoy. Another interesting aspect of the gallery is that not all art is accessible from the first time you boot the game. These pieces will be unlocked via in-game tasks and act as rewards to players that stick with the game and dig in deep enough to enjoy all the hard work that was put into them. While the gallery itself could be seen as a modern-day achievement system, the game actually does feature a secondary achievement list for players looking to complete everything the game has outside of just the gallery. While this list doesn't feature any tangible rewards, it allows players to keep track of the progress they've made in the game's various modes, as they will gain most of these through clearing the arcade modes with the entire roster of characters. There's much more hidden away in the extras menu that I will encourage you to play around with should you pick the collection up. Now, all this would be a lost cause if the games themselves were handled poorly, but I'm very happy to announce that through the entire playtime, I experienced no notable issues with these ports aside from a single audio glitch in Versus mode. No noticeable input lag, stuttering, lengthy load times, or any visual issues are present, so what we're left with is 2 incredibly well-handled games that were moved to modern hardware with care and grace. Alongside the core experience of these 2 included games, Qubyte has also included new additions that will breathe a breath of fresh air into anyone that is returning to these games from the arcades of the past. Breakers Revenge features an extensive training mode that will allow you to dig into any of the 10 normally playable characters, as well as the hidden boss character, and hone your skills to the fullest before experiencing the game's local or online versus modes, or even to brush up on a character you may have not tried before so you can challenge the arcade mode and compete in the endgame leaderboards. Hitbox viewer, record and playback options, and so much more is all present so that no matter what your needs are, the collection will have you covered. Both games also include a new team battle mode that will allow you and either a human or computer opponent to select a team of between 2 to 3 characters that will compete against each other until the last fighter standing. While there are no tag mechanics in this mode, there is still an added level of strategy in play, as you'll need to carefully consider your opponent's options when selecting your own to assure you don't find yourself in any massively unfavorable matchups. In conclusion, the Breakers collection is a fine addition to any library of fighting game fans looking to play by themselves, online or locally. Being the first time outside of Japan these games have ever come to home consoles, I can't think of a better time to jump in and enjoy this incredible package that we have on display here.
Thanks to my good friend Scottie J from Belt Action Central for helping me with this review. This week I will be bringing the review of Scrap Riders tomorrow or Thursday, and on the weekend I will be talking about Streets of Revenge 3, a request made by Binho, a very dear subscriber. I hope you all have an awesome day, see you all pretty soon, and remember, keep it up.
Round 2, fight! Ha!